Judy began to suffer at the hands of an unseen assailant just a few months after moving in. It first began on the 9th of October, 1982. She received a phone call that night during which a raspy voice on the other end made obscene threats towards her. Most horrifying of all was that the caller knew her name, saying it repeatedly to taunt her during the tirade. Over the next few days, she received more calls from the stranger. On one occasion, after hanging up, Judy felt as though she was being watched. She closed the curtains before the phone rang again, and this time the caller said, "Don't think pulling the drapes means I don't know you're in there." This was enough for Judy to involve the police, and when they visited her home, they found nothing out of place in or around the property. Regardless, they advised her to keep a diary of any strange occurrences and to get an unlisted telephone number. She did as they asked, but the calls didn't stop. If anything, the harassment began to escalate. 3 days later, Judy and her friend Agnes returned to her home after dinner to find a window broken and the front door ajar. Horrifyingly, her bedroom pillows had been violently slashed and a front door key was found next to her bed. In the days that followed, Judy began to find notes made from magazine clippings detailing violent threats against her. As the police became more involved, Judy met Tom, an officer who had been on the police force for 8 years. He made it his duty to frequently check in on Judy. Tom moved into her spare room later that month of October, but despite this extra security, police discovered that early in November, Judy's telephone wire had been cut. Tom later found a pair of wire cutters on top of his toolbox, which he did not remember using. The following month, police found Robin, Judy's ex-husband, parked behind her house. He claimed that he was there to protect her, but admitted that she had not been aware of his presence. Robin asked Judy to move back in with him, but unable to trust him, she refused. Instead, Judy planned to move away. Just days before she was due to relocate, Agnes found Judy collapsed on her basement stairs. She was bleeding badly, having been cut 14 times. Judy was asked about the attacker, but claimed she did not see his face, but there was a sense that she was withholding information. This was confirmed when she later confessed to her brother, Douglas, that her attacker had told her not to look at him, or else he would go after her family. Over the next year, police would intermittently set up surveillance operations on Judy's house, watching day and night, sometimes for weeks at a time. At no point during any of this observation did any incident occur. Yet as soon as the surveillance ceased, the calls and notes would return.